Thanks for tuning in. I'm Marcus Schott, your favorite realtor, and today we're going to talk about Zillow and their impact on the market, their announcement of launching a brokerage, and what that really means for consumers and the industry as a whole. Let's go read in. According to the Real Deal, Zillow launches brokerage to boost iBuying. Salaried agents will represent listings giant on all cash offers. So, what does this mean? First, let's talk about Zillow. Zillow is the giant 900-pound gorilla in the room. They own search for homes across America. Pretty much, it's a monopoly, in my opinion. Over the last few years, they've bought all sorts of search engines to become the number one search portal for all homes and listing homes. And it's really the default. I mean, you have other things like Realtor.com, you have Redfin, but Zillow owns Trulia and Zillow, the number one and number two, basically. They own StreetEasy in New York. And so they have a lot of leverage and dominance in the search. They've turn this search business into on its head in multiple ways. They make money by selling leads to the agents who want to advertise their mortgage professionals, things like that. We don't want to get too much into that, but they do this thing called iBuying. So basically, when you come and list through their platform, they will come directly to you and give you a cash offer. This started around 2018. I personally think there's a big problem with this because basically the biggest, largest search portal in the country, you're for sale by owner, you post your house, and then before it cuts to the market or before you have professional representation, they're giving you a cash offer. Maybe it's a good thing, maybe it's a not so good thing. It's taking place right now in Phoenix and Atlanta, Phoenix, and Tucson. Tucson. I don't know where that is. But for years, Zillow has denied it had plans to become a brokerage, but now this is coming out and it's doing just that. But it's a little bit different. It's not a traditional brokerage as we normally see it, where agents represent buyers and sellers. This is going to be Zillow employees that they're actually encouraging to get licensed so they can represent Zillow in the transaction. So this also becomes a little bit more nefarious because now you have the search giant who knows pricing better than people. They even know pre-data, so you can see searches that could translate later, with people looking in certain areas or interests on certain houses. So they know right away. They have a computer system. So basically, a seller is not getting professional representation, but Zillow has the information and now is. So basically, this is not going to be. They're not going to be soliciting out to the premier agents like they did before, where they just hooked you up with a local agent. This person is going to be just representing Zillow themselves as a brokerage in these states, and they're going to be in-house agents that are going to be getting their license to kind of bring it more streamlined, vertically integrate the business to have in-house staff doing brokering deals. So this is supposed to be a new Wednesday. On the Wednesday, the brokerage has said this is supposed to be a new approach that will streamline the transaction. A message from Errol Samuelson. Samuelson made a point to stress that Zillow is not looking to usurp the role of local agents, which is their other business that they do, like I just said. But he says, quote, "Let me address one thing right off the bat. We are not recruiting agents from other brokerages, which has been a controversy right now with new companies opening up and stealing or buying out other agents. Zillow will ask current employees to get licensed." This is taking place. It first started in Arizona in 2018 because it had pressure from local regulators. As you know, right now, there's probably, if you maybe you don't, but there is a lot of controversy right now talking about search in online. It's really being limited to Google, Apple's dominance, but basically search. They're looking into Google to break it up. But I think that Zillow should also be on the radar, because if you were vertically integrated into housing is one of the most regulated industries in the country, and search is basically unregulated, and this creates a weird juxtaposition where you have lots of federal and state and local laws for fair housing and things like this for real estate, and then you have a giant, that tech giant, who has access to all the data, understands the market really well, even understands it better than other people because they can see trends coming in, who are now also taking place in buying and flipping houses. So the intention for Zillow is that they want to flip these houses later. Maybe they'll do work, maybe they won't, but that is their plan. So there's also controversy because they have this Premier program where you pay for impressions. If you work in the ad industry, you know about this kind of stuff. But basically, if they get their license, they can, instead of just charging a flat fee, they can change the business model to do a success fee, is what they want to call it. If you work with real estate agents, people who work with me, if you go to a different market or you do something that is not quite my specialty, I work with agents in other areas, and we have a referral program to have another layer of service for the clients, usually the buyers, the buyers, the sellers, or sometimes the renters. So, so the agents won't pay any upfront costs, but you're guaranteed to give them a percentage on each deal. So, other companies, there's Realogy's probably the biggest real estate firm, and then there's, which is a conglomerate of all different types of brands, and then Keller Williams is also another big one. They offer online home buying options as well. But this is a little different because it's in-house agents. They're not getting paid commissions. They are representing the big guy in the room, or gal, Zillow, however you want to put it. But there's also another, I'm not too familiar about this, but Open Door is now trying to also start a iBuying program where they're trying to get agents in Phoenix to help them buy homes. So they know when people are moving from job to job, from location to location with their company, and they're about to go public soon. So Zillow really says it's really just working in the Zillow offers, but like, let's see, everyone changes their business model from time to time. So, but just so little, put it into stats, this iBuying thing has been happening for the last 3, 4, 5 years. iBuying accounts for 0.5% of the housing market, which is $8 billion in sales. So that's, that's a significant amount of homes. So if you look in places like Denver or other cities outside of New York, Zillow does own a lot of properties. So, and this business is generated 4.8. Sorry, this is for Open Door. This business generated 4.7 billion in revenue. Zillow in the number 2 spot said it earned them 1.365 billion in revenue in 2009, which is up from only 50 million-ish, 552.4 in 2018. So this is a trend that's happening, and they're getting in front of it. Let me know what you think. Do you think it's ethical for Zillow to have so much market dominance and then expanding into all these businesses where the brokers kind of get strong-armed to get access to the clients? The clients, sometimes they get shuffled to agents, or they get barraged with cash offers from Zillow directly before it goes to the open market. Is it filtering the market in a way that technically should maybe come under some regulation, but isn't, because it's an online search that maybe the regulators don't really know that much about? So let me know what you think. Comment below, subscribe to my channel, and I will see you next time.